Thank you for all of your patience with my new studio setup. As you can see, different background. I will be doing different things. I'll have some different lighting and things. Studio's still coming up and running, but we have a little bit more filming, and I can actually be doing a little bit more with my equipment. So, did a pretty massive upgrade where we got some more stuff, we got some more equipment, and we got some more things going on. I'm also testing out just working in different parts of the studio, and I'll be theming out and doing some other things. But what we bring ourselves today for a quick video, I do these unboxing videos very quick usually, is some double master magic packs. So for folks that don't know, Magic the Gathering, it is a collectible card game that's been around for eons. And eons, and it is they call this the double master set. So the master sets are sets where you can get a lot of reprints of older cards. They bring back a lot of different cards in this set. This is a great set for certain formats of Magic. So if you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering, when you create a deck, there are different formats that you can build for. One of them being something called EDH. Which is a very cool format. It's very cool also for newer players to get into EDH, because you can just take mishmash of cards you have. So you might have, some high-powered cards from different sets that might be coming out, and you can throw those all together in a pretty awesome deck. So this set allows you to do that. It helps to reprint some high-powered cards and give you a leg up. It's also cool because you'll notice in the packs, so if you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering, usually packs are 15 card booster packs. And in these 15 card booster packs, the cool thing about Double Masters is that you get 2 rares or a mythics. So you can get either rares or mythics, the harder to get rares. And also 2 premium foils. So again, great set to trade, pretty cool set to draft. Now, one of these packs would set you back about 14 bucks, depending on the store you go with. I was able to get one of these at my local store. Now, when you buy them from places like Target or even, Barnes and Noble, there's other stores that sell them this way when they're on a rack and they're just booster packs or single booster packs. They also sell these guys, which are triple booster packs. Now, normally, if you buy these from a gaming store, they would come in a booster box. So there's 36 booster packs in a box. But we're gonna do some unboxing of some Double Masters. So in total, we got 5 packs to choose from right now. I went a little crazy. I went and bought a couple. I'm pretty excited. I want to see what we get. Also in this video, if you guys can let us know how the audio quality is, if you're hearing me clearly, camera quality, all of that good stuff. Because I changed out my rig. I changed out some of my equipment. So I'm always curious to see how we're doing. So without further ado, let's get to some packs. I'm going to go with the single packs first, then we're going to unbox the trip pack. So like I said, it's just a regular booster pack inside. Even though it comes in this giant cardboard thing. And of course you get some nice art from the set. Some other set, and you see, I think you're seeing double. Look again. Each deck in Duel Masters contains 2 rares or mythic cards and a guaranteed 2 foils. Reprints of popular powerful cards. Special draft rules. Take 2 cards for your first pick each pack. So they actually give you a different way to draft this set, which is kind of cool. For folks that don't know, I'm not a fan. I always hate past drafts. I know that a lot of Magic players like past drafts. So past drafts means if we were in a drafting situation, I would open up this pack, grab 2 cards out of it, and then pass it to another player. And you build your deck basically from all of the packs that are there. I don't like that because if you're at tournaments or events, sometimes you get people that are just like rare hungry, and they literally just pick cards. They basically pull the value out, so they try to get very valuable cards versus trying to make a deck that's cohesive. And that can also really mess you up if you're trying to build certain colors or whatever. So I like sealed draft, where you just buy a certain amount of packs and you make a deck out of that. I also think it shows some better deck building skills. I also like it because that is kind of more realistic to when you're going to get packs. Embrace your competitive side. Stats, replays, and more. I I'm curious to see. Well, this shouldn't change because these were at the time. And I'm just going to do a little quick edit so we can go through. I don't remember if these modern master packs, how they're set up. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll just go the way that they're put in. All right. So I'm not going to necessarily go through every card, just because that would take a really long time. So I'm going to just do kind of screen caps. I'll go over the more rarer cards as we get to them. And again, you can see the double master pack here. And again, these are reprints, some cards that span from a lot of different sets of Magic that they decided to reprint in this particular set. Ooh, Skinnable Goblin. He's got Bloodlust. Blood Rush. So he's a sack goblin, which actually in my goblin deck would be very interesting. All right, I'll just give you guys a screen cap. We'll look at these as we go. Once we get to the uncommons and the rares, I'll go into those cards a little bit more. Yeah, this idea of living weapon. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 black gem creature token, then attach it to it. So this idea that the artifact is like a living thing that's attached to a body, which is kind of interesting and cool. Now, this is how I know I've been out of Magic for a minute, because I'm not really remembering a lot of these cards, which is usually a sign you've been out for a while. Valor in Akros. Enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control. Okay, so it's just a pump up for white, which isn't bad, especially if you have a weenie deck. Yavam's Embrace, Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creatures you control. Enchanted creature. You control enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has trample. That's a big casting cost for that enchantment. That's not really great. Ash Barrens. Basic land cycling. Okay, and it gives you, that was the new thing that they built, where now colorless actually has a symbol versus just colorless. Alright, we got a rare, Magnus of the Abyss, Human Wizard. It's 3 to cast, 1 black. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of their choice. It can't be regenerated. Whoa, that's pretty good, actually. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature. So, you know what you got to do. You got to play this guy, turn him into an artifact somehow. And then, in fact, actually, there's a deck. There is a card that will make all of your creatures artifacts if they're creature type, because it says each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of their choice. It cannot be regenerated. It does not say that he's removed from play if that doesn't happen, so you can get that where your opponent's in trouble and you're not. That's actually kind of cool. Ooh, we got a mythic. Batterskull, artifact equipment, living weapon. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 black gem, then attach it to it. Equipped creatures get +4/+4 and has vigilance and lifelink. Return to its owner's hand. Equip 5. That is pretty cool. So the way the equip cards work, as you can see, you play the 5 colorless and you're able to equip it to another creature. Very, very cool. So we got 1 rare and 1 mythic in that pack, and one of our foils is Fortify. Choose 1. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. It's an instant. Creatures you control get so basically you can either buff up your power. So this is I like cards like this because they're utility. So if you're attacking, it's great. If you're defending, it helps. So it's a nice kind of throw in for a deck. And then we got Death Reap Virtual. What virtual? Ritual. I can't speak today. Morbid, at the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you may draw a card. Okay, that's kind of cool. For green and green, black, and 2 colorless, you can make something around this because those colors, there's ways to get things out. And then we got a token artifact clue. Which I don't know who makes clues, but that's what we got in that. So first pack, not terrible. We pulled the mythic. I don't think it was a particularly valuable mythic, but not bad. I definitely have some of those from the original set. I'm trying to remember what set that was from. I'm trying to remember the set where they started doing the living armor stuff. All right, and there's our next pack. Ooh, we have something menacing looking over there. Let's see what we got. I have a funny feeling that when we open up the other 3 packs, I don't know why, but usually when they do 3-pack sets like that, there's always like some really crazy... All right. Okay, so this is a little bit of a bonkers pack. That's pretty cool. All right, so again, I'm just going to hold up. If you want to read these any quicker, or you could always do a screen pause later and rewatch the video. I'm going to do them a little on the quicker side for the commons, just so we can take a look. I like that I got some goblins. Oh, I remember Goblin Shaman. I remember this guy. And what's cool is that there's alternative art for some of the cards too. So when they do double masters, they will bring back cards, but they'll give it an alternative art style, which I always thought was pretty cool. And in fact, let's oh, there we go. Ooh, give you guys, that's a better camera for you. So when we're doing the close-ups, I'm going to do this camera. Give you guys a better view of that sweet, sweet card art, which I totally forgot that I have the ability to do that. See, that's what I mean. Oh, Myrrh. Yeah, those guys. When Myrrh dies, return another target artifact card from your graveyard into your hand, which is very good if you have a Myrrh deck, which can give you different color mana and ramp up. All right, I said I wasn't going to talk about the commons, and it's funny, I'm actually talking about the commons. And I was going to say, hopefully you guys can hear me. And I'd love to hear comments. If you have like your favorite card, or if there's a card in Modern Masters that you're like, I really wish that was in there, I'd love to hear about it. I always like when you guys participate when we're live. It's always fun. Angel of Dawn. I just want to read that. When Angel of Dawn enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1. Oh, wow. So she like globally gives everybody a +1/+1 and vigilance. That's not terrible. That's actually a pretty good common. All right, first are uncommons. So we have Disciple of the Vault. Creature, human cleric. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may have a target opponent lose 1 life. It's not bad. It's not bad for whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard. That can be a very nice combo with some other stuff. Topple of Statue. Instant. Tap target permanent. If it's an artifact, destroy it. So it's an anti-artifact card. That's not bad. I like that it's tap. That's actually pretty decent. 3 mana. You get a tap out of it, so you can immobilize somebody. If it's an artifact, you can kill it, and you get to draw a card. That's actually a pretty nice card. That's a good draft card. All right. Jorah's Familiar. And it is an artifact creature bird. Flying. Historic spell. Oh, that was a mechanic. I remember that. Historic spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are heroic. So yeah, it was this idea that they turn different spell types. So legendary creatures. So this actually is probably worth a little bit because this is a good EDH card. Bang, another mythic, and this is actually a good one, I think, especially if you're playing EDH. So Atraxa Praetoris Voice. You can see she's a multicolored. It is 1 black, 1 blue, 1 white, 1 forest. Legendary creature, Angel Horror. Oof, that just sounds really bad. Flying Vigilance. Oh my god. So she's 4 mana. Flying Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, oh my god, she proliferates. Oh no. Choose any number of permanents and or players, then give each another. That's crazy. That's really good. This is a really good card. This is a really, really good card. This is great in EDH. You can make a totally cool EDH deck. I have a Planeswalker deck, which I actually am thinking of putting her in because of the proliferate. Oh my god. Because when you do proliferate, for people that don't know what that ability is, you choose any number of permanents and or players, and then give each another counter for each kind already there. So if you have Planeswalkers, this is a way to put points on Planeswalkers without using their abilities, so you can get them faster to max out our ultimate abilities when you blow them up. And then our second is Doomed Necromancer, which we got another rare in there. So a mythic and a rare. We haven't gotten a pack with 2 mythics in it yet. Sacrifice Doomed Necromancer. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, that's kind of cool. And that's 1 swamp and a tap to do that, and sacking him. It's not too bad. And then we got Buried Ruin. And that's our foil. It's one of our foils. And it is Sacrifice Buried Ruin, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. That's 2 colorless and tapping it and sacking it, and then you just add a colorless. But we did get a rare, which is Thespian Stage. It adds 1 colorless. Thespian Stage becomes a copy of target land, except it has this ability. Except it has this ability. I don't understand why you want this. And then we got an Angel token, which is pretty boss. I have to say, the tokens in some of the specialty sets are really, really cool. Alright, so not too shabby. That mythic that we pulled, that was really cool. So let's take a look at our 3-pack. So it shouldn't be anything too crazy. I'm just going to go to town. Just open it up. Split it open. Yeah, so I love Magic the Gathering, but man, do they waste a lot of cardboard. Like, literally, the packs are in there. They make this big, giant thing. I think they just do that because they're basically using the same box style that they would put other things in. I think they use the intro deck boxes that are the same ones. But there are literally just 3 packs hanging out there. Some of the packing choices that they make too, they have to do with complaints where the cards were getting bent. So a lot of people were complaining that, especially with the sets that are foiled, they were getting actually bent cards out of packs, which caused a lot of stirs in the Magic community, because folks, of course, play this game and also collect the cards for this game, and they didn't want to have their cards damaged, because there's, that is an aspect of the game, whether we like it or not. So 3 packs. Oh, that's funny. They put him back in Double Masters. He was in the last Masters set. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that last card, that mythic I pulled, was that's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie on the art. Alright, we already saw this guy from one of our other packs. Oh, I always like dragons. Enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. They're artifacts with... Oh, that's kind of cool. A dragon that spits out other mana. That could be interesting in the dragon deck I have. Again, I always said, I said from the beginning I'm not going to go over the commons, and I totally have lied about that. Alright, we're going to go back to just screenshotting these, because this video will be like 2 hours long if I go over every common, but you guys can get a sense. Actually, a lot of these we didn't get in the last couple of packs, so that's kind of cool. Alright, first uncommon, which is Spring Leaf Drum. Tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. Oh, that is really a cool. I like that. I like that. That can get you some hits early on. I like that it's 1 mana. That's actually a really good rare for an artifact. I like that, especially in a draft situation. Hinder. So it's blue. 2 blue, 1 colorless. Counter target spell. If the spell is countered this way, put that card on the top or bottom of its owner's library instead of into the player's graveyard. That's kind of cool because you can pause or stop somebody, especially if you have multiple ways to counter and you want to just stall out the deck. That's cool. Or you could obviously put it to the bottom. There's no way for it to come back and bite you in the butt. Oh, I remember her. Makura Banshee. Wow, that's old. Morbid. When Makura Banshee enters the battlefield, if a creature died this turn, target creature gets yeah. She's a nasty customer, especially in a draft situation, because you can start just killing stuff. And she just stays there and really hurts you. Alright. Okay, so we pulled our first That's a Big Money card. Force of Will with updated art, because this is not the original Force of Will. Force of Will was from all the way back to Blizzard. Oh, Jesus. No, wait. Force of Will, I just mixed up my sets. That was Alliance. Yeah, you may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. So this is a favorite in EDH decks. This is a favorite sidebar deck. This is a nasty customer. That is an awesome card. Grim Lavamancer. Yeah. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard. Grim Lavamancer deals 2 damage to any target. So it's a way to get things out of your graveyard. It's a cool first turn card. Not a bad rare to get. We got a shiny version of the common that we got in the pack. And a second shiny version of the common we got in the pack. Now, Force of Will, that's a money card. So we pulled I think 2 money cards out of our time together already. Let's go into some more. This is actually pretty good. I'm trying to keep these unboxing videos a little bit shorter because I don't think you guys want to see a ton of this. I don't know. But if you do, you should leave comments. Oh, that's funny. Cool. All right, so we're gonna go through these a little bit faster because there's a lot of repeats. We got that. We've now gotten almost a play set. We got another one of those dragons, which, going back to what I said, I'm like, oh, this would be really great in my dragon deck. Apparently, they want me to play with it. That's pretty interesting. Oh, as a matter of fact, you may sacrifice a creature. Yeah, this is. That's a little interesting customer. We already got this card, so that's an oldie. I remember this guy. I remember you. I remember you as well. Now remember, some of these have new art, so even though they may look like different cards. So our first uncommon is Hidden Stockpile. 1 white, 1 black. Revolt. At the beginning of your end step, if the permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, create a 1/1 colorless servo turn. Colorless servo artifact creature token. Sacrifice a creature. So the idea is that this keeps you running. You can scry with it. It's a pretty cool card, actually. Golem Artisan. I remember him. So he's 5 colorless. Tap 2 colorless. Target artifact creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Tap 2 colorless. Target artifact creature gains your choice of flying. Oh, wow. That's not terrible, but he is a high casting cost, but it is colorless. Yeah, I remember this card. That's better art, though, from the original card. Woodland Champion. Whenever one of your or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, put that many +1/+1 counters on Woodland Champion. This card is ridiculous. I remember this card. And if you're playing an elf deck, again, I have an elf deck, that could be a really interesting card to add in there. So we got our first rare, Spell Skite, which isn't a great card. 2 colorless. It's a artifact creature horror. Change a target or target spell or ability to Spell Skite. Yeah. So really weird. It's changing the tense of cards. Blink Moth Nexus, which actually I think this is another card that a lot of people want. Add 1 colorless. Blink Moth Nexus becomes a 1/1 Blink Moth artifact creature with flying. On turn, it's still a land. You do a colorless and tap it. Target Blink Moth creature gets +1. So basically, you can have a lot of fun with this with copying lands, and if you have a play set of these, you can have fun just shooting and hitting people with maybe the little bit of dart damage. I got a foil of the dragon, so I now almost have a play set of these guys, which means I might have to put them in my dragon deck. So that was kind of cool. And then we got I think we got this as a regular card. We got a foil version of it as well. Equipped creatures get +4/+2, and doesn't. Equipped creature gets +4/+2, and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. But you can equip it so you can bounce it around. Then we got a sweet elephant token. Alright, so 1 open, we got a Force of Will, which is a pretty decent money card. So I think we got 2 money cards so far. Interesting. I know that. That's a really weird pack. All right. So we're going to go through these a little faster because, again, that's crazy. I've officially gotten a full playset of these dragons. Yeah, we've actually seen quite a few of these cards already, so this is going to go a lot faster than the other ones. In fact, every one of these cards we saw in a previous pack, so we are not going to be going too crazy with them. This is pretty cool. Out of all the commons, Chromatics Star, which is, I'm glad they brought this card back. It's a nice utility card. Sacrifice Chromatic Star, add 1 mana of any color. And you get to draw a card. I like this card because you get to be. It's an artifact that helps you mess up, fix if you get mana screwed where you don't get the right mana. Okay, first, yeah. So Dark Steel Citadel. This is a card that some folks do like. It's nice because it's an indestructible land. It makes colorless, not bad. And then we have Core Tapper, 2 colorless. It's a mirror creature. Put a charge counter on target artifact. Sacrifice Core Tapper. Put 2 charge counters on target artifact. This set, there was the mechanic of putting charges on stuff. The amount of charges you got pumped up things. It helped with other kinds of counters, other things like that. So it's a cool ability, but it's very set specific. Brimstone Volley. Brimstone Volley deals 3 damage to any target. Morbid. Brimstone Volley deals 5 damage instead if a creature died this turn. So if a creature dies, you can pile on the damage here, which is very nice. This was many of their attempts to make a less powerful fireball. Now we got 1 rare, which is Cascade Bluffs, which I actually do have the originals of these. They're pretty cool because you can tap them for colorless, but then you can also, so this is another cool one where you can tap a mountain or an island, and you can just basically pick up an extra mana. So you tap this, tap that, and then you can again, it kind of helps to get you 1 more mana in the exchange of a specific color. So it helps to sort out if you get a crazy thing. And then we get a second rare in the pack, which is Erismith's Slumbering Island. And it says Erismith's Slumbering Island enters the battlefield tapped. Wait, what? With 5 slumber counters on it. As long as it has a slumber counter on it, it's an island. It's not a creature. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from the island. This is a ridiculous card, because this is extremely easy for you to get this to wake up, because you're playing blue. Oh my god. And then it's a dual land while it's not a friggin' 12/12 creature. This is extremely helpful in EDH. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a really cool card. We already got this guy, but we got the foil version of it. I really like the foil version, and these are like premium foils, so this is a little bit of the better foils that they do. And then we did this, which we did. Oh Jesus. Okay. No, we're okay. My camera didn't actually fail. So Dead Return. It's 2 black, 2 colorless. Sorcery, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flashback, sacrifice 3 creatures. You may cast this card. Yeah, so flashback is you can cast from the graveyard. It says return target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, so the flashback cost is you sack the 3 creatures, and then you cast it, which is not terrible, because if you have a potentially a weenie deck, or you have something like that, you have the ability to produce those counters, so that's going to be very good. And then we get a Golem token. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with what we got. Pretty nice haul of cards. Whoops. Pretty nice haul of cards. Let me just do a really quick roundup, because I always do that. And we'll just start off. We're only going to do a roundup of the rares and the foils, because that's always a fun place to start. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. What I'm mostly surprised by is I got quite a few mythics. You did, sir, but I'm gonna do a little recap so you can see some stuff. I'm sorry. I'm doing the recap now. We're not gonna recap everything, but I'm gonna recap most of it, at least the big cards. But if you want to go back and watch the video, you can definitely pause on the commons and that kind of stuff. But all right, probably will later. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna take a small break, and then I'm gonna do a shameless plug for the next video. So 2 things. If you guys can tell me how am I sounding on the mic, because I did a new mic and new rig today. But we're going to be going back into some Warhammer minis, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this guy, which is actually a mini from a independent company, because we're going to start painting a new Blood Bowl team. Thank you, sir. I hope it sounds a lot better. I actually bought a new microphone, and I have a new rig for when we do our game videos. And if you can tell, I'm in a different part of my house. I actually redid the studio. You should check out the Funkoverse board game we actually did for the first time, playing in a room. So there's 3 people playing a board game in a room. I'm really excited about that. So you should check out that video as well. And if you haven't already subscribed to the if you haven't subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, please do that as well, because I'm going to be posting up hopefully some original content. I'm in process of getting some stuff finished, done, painted, and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, cool. So we're going to just go through these little recap, dirty, little fresh and dirty. But Cascade Bluffs was one of our rares that we got. I'm really intrigued about making a deck with this card. Aramis Slumbering Isles. This to me is a really interesting card. I love that it's both green and blue, and the fact the land is pretty self-explanatory, but to review this just really quick. So the idea here is that you are getting a land because it gets a 12/12. Awesome, yes. So it is a 12/12, but there's a catch. When it enters the battlefield, you get 5 slumber tokens. While it has slumber tokens, it is in fact an island, or it is a land. And you'll see there the tap to give you a green and blue. It costs you 4 mana to get them out. But every time you cast a spell, you remove a slumber token. So again, if you're green and blue, very easy to cast a lot of spells. Because, with the blue side, you may be doing control stuff, so you're casting stuff on your opponent's turn. For green, it is really easy if you make a ramp-up deck with green. You can 100% get this card out. So I'm really, really intrigued to do some cool stuff with this. Then we got Spellskite. Spellskite is an idea where you can change the target of a target spell or ability to this. So basically, you deflect a bad thing into it. So again, very useful card in things like Commander and other formats, because people like this because it's a boomerang, gets away from something bad. It's a very cool card. We got Blinkmoth Nexus. Blinkmoth Nexus can become a 1/1 artifact creature with flying until end of turn. It's still a land when it does that. And then you can, if you have multiples of these, you can use them to pump each other up. So you can have 4 of them and then pump up 1 to be just this like flying big creature. Interesting card. Now, this is where we get into the big money. So I did pull a Force of Will. So Force of Will is a big card in this set. Again, it's not as valuable because, of course, they did a reprint of Force of Will because this was one of the big ticket items of this set, because it was a lot of people were angry because Force of Will, has only been I think it was reprinted. This is the second time it's been reprinted, if I'm not mistaken. So Force of Will was very happy to pull one of these. It's a big card, so it was able to get that mythic. Grima Lavamancer. I think I have 2 of the original ones from the set that this was from. Does it tell you? I always forget. Does it tell you the set it's from? I don't think it does. We got Thespian Stage. It becomes a copy of a land, except it has this ability. So that's kind of cool because you can have this become another land to have. So for instance, I know a land I'd love for it to copy. That 12/12 we just talked about. Because remember, it is a land. This was another big card. I know this is another big money card, and this is another mythic we pulled. She's amazing. Ectraxic Predator's Voice. She is a forest, a white, a blue, a island, and a swamp. Angel Horror. Flying Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. She's a 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, proliferate. So for folks that don't know what proliferate is, it allows you to put 1 more +1, basically 1 more counter on anything that has counters. And you can do that for both yourself or choose things your opponent has. So what's crazy about proliferate is you can choose any number of permanents. So if there's a negative permanent, you can give negative +1s or negative counters on every one of your end steps. So every time turn ends, you ramp up everything on your side. That's insane. She's great. Definitely has a deck, commander deck, which is a Planeswalker commander deck that I have, which I think she's going to probably end up in for commander. We got Doomed Necromancer. Doomed Necromancer is 1 black, 2 colorless. And it is sacrifice Doomed Necromancer. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. How often do you do openings, if you don't mind me asking? I try to do openings as often as I can. It's actually not until recently that I'm in a position where I can get Magic cards a little on the cheaper side, so it's allowing me to do more of them. Specifically, some of these specialties things. I also want to do some playing of Magic. Specifically, I want to do some of the jump starter stuff and other things. So I have some plans in the works to do more Magic. Now, when you say unboxings, is it specifically Magic cards you're looking at? Because I'm going to be doing toy reviews and toy unboxings and other stuff. So if you just like unboxings in general, there will be more. I just had to get my ducks in a row. Now I've gotten our new studio set up, so I have a more stable space to do all this on. I have a little bit more of the setup I want. Honestly, man, I like it all, especially random stuff. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of different stuff. And I'm going to get my painting videos back up to stuff, and just getting you guys more videos. I want to do it as well because I'm getting back into MTG myself. Yeah, I'm totally with it, man. And like I said, I'm definitely going to do more of the specialty stuff. And I want to do things like Modern Masters and do that. So, good. I mean, probably going to try to throw, maybe at the beginning, it might be 1 or 2 a month. But if that's a great point with the unboxings. If you guys really like this content, you probably saw some links to 2 things. There's a tip button, and there's also my Patreon. My Patreon, if you're big fans of supporting local artists or an artist like myself, that's what my Patreon's all about. If you love indie comics, I actually have my own independent comics that I do. That Patreon, you can support it for $1 a month. Little support like that also helps with me being able to afford and do these things. And if it takes off, I want to do merch and other stuff. So more support the merrier, but I understand monetary support's tough. And I wanted to shout out, thank you again, TLW. I'm going to say that wrong. I thank you for following me. Call me Dwigman. Dwigman, thank you for the follow. And again, that is a great way to support us too, following and sharing out the videos and being here for when we're live and contributing. I will try not to make videos this late. Dwigman. Correct grammar, everyone. But anyway. So the Doom Necromancer, sacrifice Doom Necromancer, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then we have Magus of the Abyss. I actually like this card. I think I might use it. It's 1 black, 3 colorless. At the beginning of each of your player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that that player controls of their choice. It can't be regenerated. So again, I love this card because you just turn him into an artifact. Or you have something where all of your creatures become artifacts. You literally just kill your opponent's creatures and then he stays around. So it's kind of an interesting way to build that in. And then lastly, we got our last card of the big rares. We got another Mythic, which is Batter Skull. Artifact equip, living weapon. Equipped creatures get +4/+4. And has vigilance and lifelink. Return Battered Skull to its owner's hand, equip 5. So basically, when it comes in, it gets equipped to a little 0/0 creature, and then you want to try to throw that onto something else, because obviously that 0/0 creature, although that 0/0 creature becomes a 4/4, is a little bit more vulnerable. So you want to be careful, make sure you protect it. And then for the foils, which I said I was going to go over, although we went over one of them because it was a rare, we got a foiled version of Disciple of the Vault. We got a foiled version of Dread Return. We got a foil version of our dragon, which I definitely love this. So this is a cool dragon because he basically makes 2 counters of what are called treasure, and if you tap those treasures, it makes mana of any color. So I have a dragon deck which already tries to accelerate dragons coming out, but this just makes it so you have a boatload of mana to play with, and you can just pop out even more dragons. We got Vosh's Gauntlets, which give your creature a +4/+2, and then it also makes the creature not untap. Interesting card. Interesting ways I can think of using it. Buried Ruin. You're going to tap, add 1 colorless. Sacrifice Buried Ruin. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So again, for an artifact deck, not a bad card to have. Fortify. It's an instant. I love cards like this. So you can choose 1. Creatures you control get +2/+0. Or you can do creatures you control get +0/+2. And that's 1 plains, 2 colorless. I like cards like this because, of course, in the moment, you can decide what you need. And then Death Reap Ritual. It's morbid. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you may draw a card. So again, if you have a weenie deck or a sacrificial or a weenie deck where you sacrifice, or a token deck where you sacrifice, great card. It lets you get into your cards and get to where you have to go, which is very, very cool. So not a bad pull on the foil side. So those were the premium foils. And again, as a reminder, if you're getting if you're getting Modern Master cards, you get 2 rares and 2 foil cards in every pack. And like I said, each Modern Master pack is going to set you back, usually in most places, around $15 a pack. It depends on the store though, because a lot of stores, unfortunately, will charge above their price. So they'll charge above that well, not that Magic cards actually have. Prices anymore, because it's actually the vendor can set whatever price they want for Magic cards, because they took away the I'm blanking on what that is, the standard price, the standard retail price, MSRP. There we go. Price for the cards. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos, which obviously I know Dwigman does want to see more of these videos, I'm going to try to get my hands on more packs. I was hoping to get some Jumpstart packs, but that fell through, to do more unboxings. I've done Jumpstart pack unboxings before, but we'll be doing other unboxings. So, you know, like I said, toy unboxings. I have some model unboxings. We're definitely going to do a lot of model reviews because there's more Games Workshop stuff coming up. I have more Kings of War models to review. So all kinds of cool stuff down the pike. And just more crafting and model building and other things. So thank you guys for watching. I kept this video about an hour, which is what I was going for. My goal is to get you guys at least 1 video a day. I'm going to, like I said, take a small commercial break and come back and do some painting. And really a model review too, because I want to review this company's third-party solution for our Blood Bowl fans out there. So please stay tuned. I'm also going to get some more video games on the channel. We're going to get back to Marvel's Avengers. Like I said, you guys don't know what happened, but to get me sitting in the spot where I am, I literally changed 2 rooms around, so it's crazy. But as always, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for letting me know my sound was good. I urge you, there's a little bit of hiccups in the beginning, but if you want to check out that other video where we played the Funkoverse game, which was a lot of fun, and the first time we played a game in person, check that out. It's about a 2-hour long video. We did that last night. Hope that's going to be the first of many. So we'll see you guys then. So as always, please stay safe, wash your hands, and please respect all the folks out there, because without everybody working together, we are not going to make it to the next year. And again, if 2020 has taught us anything, we all got to work together, because I'm hoping 2021 gets just a tad bit better. And we can't do that if we're all fighting with each other. We got to respect one another. And please, everybody, stay safe out there. And of course, come here for more gaming. I'm going to try to give you guys as much gaming as possible because I know all of us, we're missing our gaming stores. We're missing our places that we can play because it's a tough, tough place to be right now. And I know as a geek, I am starving for my geeky things. I need them. I need them to come back. I need them to be here. So again, check out the links below. You got a link to my Patreon there, my website, which are great ways to support. Some of that has some monetary support on it as well. You can contact me for commissions as an artist. Also, if you are into model building, hobby, tabletop games, I do commission painting for that as well. Please check it all out and see if you can support. If you want to check out my indie comics on my Patreon, please do. And like I said, if that support gets a little higher, I'll get other tiers for merch and other things. I have some great ideas, but I got to get the capital in there before I can do so. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for the follow, and thanks for continuing to believe in me and keeping me going. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take care. Stay safe, everyone.